Casual, not formal. It's hosted by Rory Pendlin. Oh, and Renee in tow. It's time to start the show. 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay, welcome to another episode of It's Casual, the weekly virtual talk show where we talk to our guests from around the world and we find out what they're into. Mostly entertainment types, artists, authors, performers, singers, and unfortunately, Renee, my co-host, has laryngitis. She's in the wings. She's watching the show. But one of our guests today is also a show host. So I'm going to have her come up as a co-host for this show, and that is Sandie D. Ingrande. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hello to the replay people.
Wait a minute. Replay people? we haven't even shot the show yet. So
I always like to say hi to the replay people. You know, they're always out there lurking.
So, okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I hope you've had a good week this week. I am busy trying to do 4 shows now. I added a show to my schedule, Celebrity Spotlight, and it is killing me. I mean, it took up my whole weekend, and it's late. I didn't get it out yesterday the way I should, so I'm a little upset about that. But it's going to be a good show. It's about Dub Taylor, the actor that started out in movie westerns and then went on to be a big character actor in a lot of movies in the 60s and the 70s and in the 80s. And we'll do that maybe tomorrow or maybe Friday, sometime this week. I'll get it out there. We got an interesting video. Speaking of westerns, we got an interesting video this week that I think we have to show. This is a new guy in town. There's a new guy in town. And that's my best John Wayne. And let's show that video that we. Well, I'm sending this here message to you, Renee Yaworski. My name is Wayne Johns, and about a couple of months ago, the ghost of John Wayne jumped into my body. And he's been making me go and ride horses, which I'm not particularly fond of the animals. But anyway, I'm hoping to get on any show on Cosmos Media I can, so I can share the Holy Spirit of the Duke, if you know what I'm saying, Pilgrim. Duh. So, you have yourself a good show, and I hope to hear from some of your other show hosts to have me on their show, and we can talk about the Duke. Have a good one. So, there it is.
I love him. I want him on No Icing.
Well, there you go. I was hoping that you would see this and say that. And there's other people out there that might be interested in having someone who has got the Holy Spirit of John Wayne in their body. And he definitely sounds like the Duke, and he moves like the Duke. So who knows? Who knows what could happen if a guest like that comes on your show? So we had to run the video. We got that this week, and we just had to run it. There's no doubt. So, Sandie, I hope you'll stay and ask questions with me of our first guest, who is coming all the way. Well, I won't tell you where he's from. I'll let him do that. He's an artist, and I have actually bought some of his work via a connection that I've had with him online. And let's go ahead and bring him up. Simon, I hope I say this right, Kopeka.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Very good. Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And like I said, I'm very much happy to be on this platform. Yeah,
Great.
and yes, and I also just want to talk a little bit more about my artwork.
Well, good.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, first off, tell us where you are right now.
I'm in Zambia, Livingstone, Zambia, Livingstone, our tourist capital of Zambia.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
that's where I am
you're in
right now.
Livingstone, which is in Zambia. And what time is it
Yes.
there?
It's around 01:09.
It's 1 a.m., 1:09 a.m. there in the
Yes,
morning.
yes.
So
So
we wanted to have you
it's
on first so you could go to bed because you're probably tired. I don't.
exactly. I had the wrong day.
So
You could have came
I'm
live in your
sorry.
jammies too. That would have been fine too. We don't have the
So,
rules of clothing or anything. You can come in your jammies.
sorry?
You can
She
come
said you
live
can
in
come in
your
your
jammies,
pajamas.
pajamas.
Oh, nah, no, no, no. Anyway,
He
but
wants to set a better impression than that as an artist.
yeah, so
Bingo.
most of my artwork inspired by human beings as well, because the life of a human being, the things that we go through in life, those are the things that most of my works talks about. Though I have about two types of artwork. The other one is pop art, and the other one is abstract. I'm not a fine artist as well, so yeah, I'm into abstract. That's where I feel comfortable when I'm working on an abstract.
Right.
I feel to be comfortable more than when I'm working on a fine artwork like a
Well, and
portrait.
with abstract, it's more about your feelings, putting your feelings from inside onto the canvas. What you're feeling at that
Exactly.
time becomes your art. Yes.
Exactly. So I feel more comfortable when I'm working on that. Because when it comes to maybe fine art, I don't really feel comfortable because there I'm restricted to use a brush, and of which I don't feel comfortable. So
Oh,
even if, yeah, right now I'm using my phone, so I don't know how I'm going to show. If you can see my artworks behind me here, I don't know if you're able to see them.
we can see some on the wall there. Yeah,
Yeah, so
behind
those
you.
are my artworks that I produce, and I really feel comfortable with. I'm sure
Uh huh.
you're able to see. Yeah, you're able to see
Wow.
them. Yeah.
That's
So
impressive. Yeah.
yes,
And you
yes.
earlier
So,
you said you don't use a brush.
yes, I don't mostly I don't use brushes on
Wow.
this one. Yeah, I like using palette knife. Sometimes I use my hands. Anything that comes in my mind.
Uh huh.
That's what I use for my paintings. Yeah. So this one, and some of them they're on Facebook,
Right.
Instagram. Yeah.
Now, can you go back to the first one that you showed to the right of that? Actually, I almost bought that one. Actually, that's more of a pop art
This
piece.
one?
That one right there. Yeah, the woman's face.
Oh
That's
yeah,
more of
yeah,
a kind of a Picasso kind of pop art kind of thing.
yeah. It's in pop art. So for this one, I use brushes. I'm
Uh huh.
restricted to use brushes. Yeah. So for this
Okay.
one, it's brushes. But for this one, this
Right.
type of way, I use anything that comes in my mind.
Yes.
Yeah. And just to tell you a little bit more about my life and the way I started doing art. I started doing art when I was at the age of 10 years, but I
Hmm.
didn't know that I was an artist. But my father knew that I was an artist.
Hmm.
So what happened was I was working with him whenever he has a job in town. He used to go with me, I go with him, I go help him with that work. When we are done, we go back home. So for me, I didn't know that I was a visual artist
Hmm.
until at the age of 17 years. That's when I came to know that I'm a visual artist because I was interested in football. Yes, before I started working as an artist, I was interested in football.
Hmm.
So from the age of
Which we
10
call
to
soccer.
yes, 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 soccer.
Oh, here we
Hey,
go.
there's nothing that says you can't be great at two things. Yeah.
Yes. So from the age of 10 years to 17, I was playing soccer. But the worst thing that happened was I didn't listen to myself to say, I don't belong here. I belong to visual art. So I had a game, a match. In that match, I had injured. I was injured
Uh-oh.
with a shoulder dislocation. So from that time, that's when now I came to realize to say, no, I think I'm not a footballer. I'm a visual artist. So I even left Livingstone.
That
Then
made
I
the
went
decision
to,
for you.
yes. So I went to Lusaka where I met young artists. So
Uh-huh.
like I was like, my fellow young people, they're doing this. And me also, I'm interested. I have that passion of becoming a visual artist. So that's where now I just told myself, no, let me go back to Livingstone and start working full time as a visual artist. So that's how I came back to Livingstone, where I am right now. And I'm working as a visual artist until now. Yeah.
I like the fact that you're calling what you're doing visual art. Okay, because there is a little bit of pop in there somewhere, and there's also, again, some abstract, but it's
Yes.
your own. You've got your own thing going on. You know, it's a little bit of this and a
Yes.
little bit of that, but you call it visual art, and I like that. And you said that your father was your first fan, your first cheerleader. He's the one that
Yeah.
saw the talent in you right away. So he's the one that nurtured your talent.
Yes. Yes. And even now, he's still working as an artist. Actually, I'm still working with him right now.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask. Was your father an artist when you were young?
Yes. Actually he also there's a town called there's a province called Kopeka province in Zambia. So he was working from there, and then from there he came to Livingstone because Livingstone is our tourist capital.
Okay.
Yes, where we have clients coming all over the world. So they come there to watch Victoria Falls. So my father also heard of, no, Livingstone's a tourist capital. I think with my work, I can go and do better that side. So that's how he came to Livingstone.
Well, I was going to ask you that too. I imagine you're pretty well known around there. I mean, I've seen pictures of you standing in galleries with your art in the galleries. Um,
Yes,
doing
we have.
shows.
Sorry.
You're doing shows, showing off your art.
Yes, we have the gallery. It's called the National Arts Gallery in Livingstone. It's the biggest gallery that we have in Livingstone. Although it's not for everyone, maybe upcoming artists. For the upcoming artists, they do not have that chance of showing their works in that gallery. So for me, I'm trying by all means to come up with a gallery that is going to accommodate young artists, the
Okay.
artists that are coming, yeah, to help them. Like my father helped me, so I also need to help some other visual artists. For those who do not know where they belong, because for me, I didn't know. I came to know that I was a visual artist through my father.
Uh-huh.
So now,
That's
for those who do
beautiful.
not have, sorry,
That's beautiful.
Yes. Well, I'm
And
sure
you're
he's
yeah,
gonna
very proud
carry
of you,
on
very
that.
happy.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sure he's very proud of you. He's very happy that you're following in his footsteps and being an artist.
Yes, yes, he's very much happy with me. So that is what I am trying to do. Even if life is like this and that, and art you don't sell every day on a daily basis. You don't do that. Yeah, sometimes you sell, sometimes you don't sell, sometimes you sell, just like that. So I
Right.
have a project in Livingstone, though it's still in the process because I'm trying to come, like I said, I'm trying to come up with a garage
Mhm.
that is going to help a lot of young people. Yeah.
Well, you know, in olden days, artists usually didn't make money when they were living. And then in the 20th century, that changed. Artists realized that they could market themselves, you know, like Picasso and Dali. They could market
Yeah.
themselves as, you know, artists,
Yes.
you know, so that everybody would want to see the artist as well as the art. And
Yes.
that's where they really started making money. You know, I mean, poor Van Gogh never made a dime, you know, when he was alive.
Yes.
And it was after he died that, you know, all the art became famous and became so valuable. So yeah, I'm really hoping that you'll market yourself as a brilliant artist in your area and others. Do you hope to branch out internationally?
Sorry?
Do you hope to branch out internationally
Yes,
and
yes,
take your art everywhere?
exactly. That's
Yeah,
more. That's my wish.
Now, I know it's not going to be easy because a lot of your artwork is big. I was very surprised when I got my 2 canvases. I didn't think they were going to be as big as they were.
Oh,
Sandie, chat with him for a second, and I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to pull up his
Okay.
canvases here. They're right next to me, but I won't be able to show them all to you. I have pictures taken that Renee will show you in a minute to show the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how big this is. These are.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing that you are carrying on. You know, you received this gift from your father, who encouraged your art.
yeah.
I don't know if he was working full time while, like, was art his hobby, or was he working full time and then, you know, doing art on the side, or was art his full time job? Your father.
For him, art is his full-time job.
Art was his full time job. That's amazing. So you learned
Yes.
from him, and now you want to pass this on to other children.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do.
I love
That
it.
is what. That
Love
is
it.
actually that from the first time I started working as a visual artist. That was the first thing that came in my mind, that I really need to help others to become visual artists and to also help them in terms of marketing, because you cannot just produce. You can be producing, but you don't have people to buy those works. So I really want to do that. When we have the gallery that is going to help young people, then
Oh,
I will be
wow.
also.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You can't see the whole thing,
It is huge.
Wow.
but it's giant. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So let me get the other one.
Yeah. Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is what I really need to do for the young people in
Do
living.
you have children of your own?
Not yet, because I'm not yet.
That is beautiful. Look at all the colors and
Yeah,
background, everything. That's amazing.
exactly. Yeah, I'm not yet married, so I'm still still thinking of life first. I need to put everything in order, and then that's when I'll come up with okay, now they say, no, I need to get married, start my own family. Yeah,
The funny
but as
thing,
it
well,
is
I
now,
like
Will
to
come.
mix around with painting, and when my kids are around, they want to come and jump in and grab paintbrushes, and I am like, wait a minute, I'm not ready for you guys yet. Wait. I can't paint around my kids. They have to jump right in and grab brushes, and then they could have like nice. I have to make them change their clothes. It's like a whoa. Like, it's really hard for me to find the time to paint without them. You know, they have to be in there with me doing it. So
all
Renee,
you
can
do
you
paint.
show those 2 paintings? The pictures?
yeah, they're beautiful. Oh my
There we
gosh.
go. That's a full-size shot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
Wow.
So
So he shipped it to you as a canvas, right?
right. He just rolled up
Rolled
the canvases.
up. Okay.
Right.
Then there's
Yeah,
much
that's
less
what.
damage in shipping.
It's
Yes,
easier to ship them that way.
yes. Actually, it's very easier. Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful. How many hours does that take? One painting take you? Oh my gosh. Or days, or weeks, or months. For me, it takes like months.
or months, or I'm sure you okay. There are some works that takes some months, and also there are some pieces that takes maybe a week. So like for
Wow.
me, it takes a week. Some they take a week, and some they do take a month. So for a masterpiece, it takes me about a month for
Wow.
me to finish. Yeah,
That's amazing.
and there's because like for me right now, I'm surviving through the same work that I'm doing.
Hmm.
I don't work anywhere, but art is my work.
Facebook user says tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, that has to be
Actually,
Clayton.
That must be Clayton.
Clayton, happy birthday, Clayton. We love you.
actually
We have
on
a
the
lot of
17th,
artists, a lot of people that love art in the network. So many artists, including Rory himself. He has a show. So many people that love art, and that your art is just amazing.
I do love art.
oh, thank you very much.
Um,
Actually, I've seen that someone has a birthday.
One of
yes,
our
one of our
members,
viewers,
yes,
Clayton. It's his
our
birthday
member.
tomorrow.
Hmm.
Actually,
Um,
next month on the 17th July, it's also my birthday.
well, congratulations.
Wow.
Hope you have a happy birthday. Now, I'll be honest with you. Again,
Okay.
at the price I got these for, I was expecting smaller paintings. So I
Wow.
feel like I really got a good deal. So I want to tell everybody that's watching that if you want a piece of this man's art, again, these kind of canvases sell in art galleries here in America for thousands of dollars because they're so large, and it takes so much of his time. So I'll tell you right now, you can get them for under 1,000.
Wow.
Okay, and that's what I'm gonna say. So I was really shocked. Again, I was very, very happily surprised when they came, and they turned out to be, again, just as beautiful as I thought they would be, and so big. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving me such a good deal. If you reach out to Simon, he'll give you a good deal. He wants to get his art out there so people will see it, especially in other countries. So
And can I put in my 2 cents? I was gonna say something like,
sure.
when you walk in someone's house, or and you see, like, when the first thing you see, like in their hallway or their living room or their bedroom, you see a big painting like that. It's like, bam, that if I was to decorate my house, I would decorate everything around that painting. I would put that painting up, and then decorate my make the curtains, not make the painting match the curtains. I'd make the curtains match the painting, something, because that is a statement piece. Like, everyone that walks into your house is going to be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. Where did you get it? Where did you get it? How do I get one? I want
And
one.
again, it's original art from a very talented artist. So I'm telling you now, don't undersell yourself.
No, like for me,
And again,
the
I
way
hope our viewers start looking you up, Simon Kopeka, on Facebook and whatever the other platforms you're on, and we'll start buying your art and furthering your career forward.
yes, and I really appreciate you. And the way you are pronouncing my surname is as if you've stayed in Zambia.
Well, thank you. I spent a lot of time in China and different pronunciations there.
Oh,
So I taught a lot of phonetics over there. So that I took my best guess at it. I'm glad I got it right.
okay. No,
Now, you talked about influences earlier, but you didn't really get specific. Again, what kind of artists do you look up to? I mean, who do you think influenced you?
like I said that at the beginning, I was not really interested in football. I mean, in art
Yes.
until I went to Lusaka. So the first people that inspires me in art, one of them is my father.
Right.
Yes, and when we go outside from these other artists, I'm inspired by Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
You know him? You've
Very
heard
well.
about it.
very well.
Okay. So those are the people
I have
that,
Starry Night up in my living room.
sure?
It's one of my favorite paintings.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So those are the people that inspires me. Yeah. One of them is my father, like I said, because my father has worked for so many years as a visual artist. He's somewhere 50, should be 57, somewhere there. Yeah.
Well, and
And
Van Gogh is considered to be the grandfather of modern art because it
sorry?
all kind of he's considered to be the grandfather of modern art.
Van
You know,
Gogh.
because it all
Yeah.
really kind of changed around that time. You know, it began to change.
Yeah,
So he
exactly.
definitely influenced a lot of people at that time because he knew all the impressionists in France. You know, and again, it influenced like Picasso, Georges Braque. You know, and that's where Cubism and other forms of art started to change everything.
Yes. Actually, for me, the way I work is that for me, anytime I'm very much ready to learn, because as an artist, it doesn't mean that when you have your own touch, you don't need to learn from other artists. But like for me, I'm very much ready to work with anybody and to learn, because I believe that I still need to know more about art. You know, I'm not yet a professional. I can't call myself to say I'm a professional, no, because I'm still growing. I believe the more I'm growing up in art, that's the more I'm getting. The more that's the more I'm getting the experience and becoming also a professional artist. Yeah, I
Well,
also
the
need
true
to.
artists will tell you that yes, you will continue to do art until you die, and you will continue to learn until you die.
Yes. There's nothing like, I don't want to learn. No, there's nothing like that for me. Yeah.
I mean, look how Monet's paintings changed in the latter half of his life. You know, when he began to do the water lilies and stuff, when his eyes began to go bad, he had cataracts, and then he actually had one of the first surgeries for cataracts. He experienced that, but until that time, yeah, he had to paint water lilies, and again, the colors and things changed because his vision changed. So he had to learn to adapt.
Yeah, I've seen you painting. I've seen some of your works.
And Rory, we have, I think
Very
Monica.
humbled by yours. Yes, I'm sorry,
Rory, I
Sandie.
think we have a customer, Monica Branham Peoples, is in the chat, and she said she has a painting from him.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, I want to say that Simon, if you have any paintings that you want to sell, and if you want to post them on Cosmos page, feel free to post all your paintings on Cosmos. We have so many fans and everyone that loves, so many people that love to buy art, and they can communicate with you in DM. But if you want to share those paintings on Cosmos, please do that.
evidently,
Okay.
Monica is my connection to you. She's got 3 of your paintings.
Oh yeah. Monica has about 3 paintings. Yeah. So there's another way. Sorry,
She says
you were
she's
saying
there
something?
in the chat. She's watching. She said she has 3 beautiful paintings.
Oh yeah, exactly. So there's a work that I'm working on. So once it's done, I'm going to post it, and there are some that I have. So once I think now I'll do that tomorrow morning. Yeah, because
I
it's
will
now.
post your works. What I've seen, I will post your works in the Cosmos room, and we'll try to get you in there if we can. Add you to the
Oh yeah,
list, so
I
that you
will
can.
up. I will up.
There's a lot of chat going on in there, though. but
Yeah, and
but yeah,
also I
we'll
was
definitely
thinking,
post your art.
if you ever want to go live on Cosmos, anyone can go live on Cosmos. If you ever want to go live, and so the people can watch you paint and watch you do your magic. We would love that. There's so many people that love to watch people paint and do art.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that.
That would be
That's
I'll
true.
awesome.
definitely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, late night paint for you would be in the middle of the afternoon here. So that would be nice for people to watch you paint something in the middle of the afternoon if you can do something quick, or just show them the beginning of some painting. Do you have any other artwork there that you can show us? You showed us what's on the wall, but I thought I noticed some canvases closer to the floor, maybe that you can show us.
Well, Julie said there's a lion.
Yeah, he was
So
trying to
there's,
sell me that lion.
I
Oh
love
wow!
lions. Well,
I'm
that's
There
still
you go.
working on this one. It's not yet
wow.
done.
That's kind of like a Van Gogh.
Sorry?
That's kind of like a Van Gogh.
Yeah, I tried to come up with the same touch that he was doing. So for
Uh-huh.
this one, I painted on wood. It's a wood on wood.
Wow.
And there's
Yeah, the
this
early artists did that.
Oh, I love that.
okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a sunset as well. So
That is
Yeah.
amazing. I
at the
love that they're
moment,
so big.
yeah. So with this kind of work, I'm very much comfortable working on them.
Wow.
You like to work with bright colors. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, bright colors.
Several of your,
I
I
think,
would say 50% of your art is very bright, very colorful.
yeah, for me, I think the bright colors that I work with, they are very welcoming. Yeah, when you put in your house, anywhere that you are going to display with my work, I think they are more welcoming than those typical colors, because some they think like, "Gosh, this work is kind of scary," you know. But with bright colors, with bright
Well,
colors, I think
Changes the
once
tone.
somebody, sorry,
I was gonna say it changes the tone.
yeah.
yeah,
So
bright colors are more uplifting. But yeah, again, you're saying you get criticism sometimes for doing something that's different. And again, the French art officials back in the late 1900s used to make fun of the Impressionists, and look now, you know, what did they know?
okay, sir.
They were supposed to be professionals.
Yeah, they were professionals and
Do what your heart says.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because for me, when I'm painting, it's more like I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah, I really enjoy it because when I have a picture that I have an image, then I'm getting that picture, that the image on the picture, then I'm putting on the canvas. I feel like I'm more restricted. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not able to stretch my hands, do anything that I want. Because sometimes even the headsock that I'm wearing, I can use this headsock to paint.
I prefer to
Even
paint from up here and in my heart too, as opposed to painting with a picture. Yeah, because then, like you say, you feel constrained. You feel like you've got to paint it within the lines, that kind of thing. And
sorry.
I prefer to paint from inside my head and my heart instead of painting from pictures, which a lot of artists do. They'll just copy a picture. You know, a lot of artists in China do that. They paint. They just copy. They paint what they see. You know, a picture. So
Yeah, for that,
yeah, I think you get a much better representation if it comes from inside.
yes, because you are now bringing your ideas, putting them on the canvas, than getting something, because that is not coming inside you, but you are getting it from someone. So I feel like the art that is the art that I need to do is something that is coming from my heart and from my mind, my brain as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Well, thank you so much for coming and talking with us and showing us some of your artwork with us. Again, I hope that several of our people reach out to you and say, hey, I want to get some of your stuff.
No, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's just that right now, I'm at home at my place. Yeah, I would have showed you some of my pieces, but anyway, I will definitely post them for you to see them. Yeah.
Yes, that'd be
I
great.
only have a few artworks here, but where the studio is, there are a lot. And actually, with the time difference, I was thinking maybe it would be for me, maybe it would be in a day, but ish, with time difference, ish, it's now midnight here. So I was not able to sit there and wait for the time to come. Was where I'm staying and where I'm working, there's a little bit of it's far from the house.
Don't worry
Okay.
about
So
us. Cosmos is 24/7, so we're always open. We work
We'll let
around
you
your
go to bed.
schedule.
We'll let you go to bed now.
exactly. Thank
We're
you
open
very much.
24/7.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very
Simon.
much. I'm humbled. I'm
No,
humbled.
quite the other way around. We're just very glad that you came on the show.
I'm honored to meet
I feel
you.
good things are going to happen for you, sir.
Sorry?
Me too, Rory.
I said I feel good things are going to happen for you, sir.
Definitely, Rory.
Thank you very much.
I feel that.
I wouldn't buy 2 of your paintings if I didn't think so.
Oh, Sandy,
Rory.
you want my piece? I don't know. Are we friends on Facebook?
I'll check. I'm gonna go back and check after the show. I'll go check.
I'll make sure she gets your information.
Yes.
I'm also on Instagram. You can search for me Instagram. That's Simon Kopeka Arts, and also on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna follow. Yeah, everybody follow Simon, watch his art, and cross your fingers that he's gonna come do a live paint stream on Cosmos, whatever time is good for him.
I'll instruct you how to do that. It's very easy. Because again,
We
when
would
you do
love
that, more paintings sell because they want to buy what they saw you paint on the video.
That's right.
But you gotta work. You gotta work fast.
Oh, he could do 4-hour streams. He could beat the record. 5-hour stream, no problem.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Nice
Okay, thank
meeting
you.
So lovely.
Thank you so much.
I'm very much happy, so excited, and very, very happy to meet you guys.
Thank you so much. We'll come back again.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Wow.
Amazing.
That was amazing.
I want to have him on no icing.
I think I didn't touch even half of my questions.
Aw,
From here.
we'll have to have him again.
He was like answering all my questions before I'd asked him.
Ah,
Well, that's always
yeah,
the
he
sign of a
did
good
answer
interview.
some questions when you were getting the paintings. He did.
Yeah, well, and again, I'm looking forward to sharing his information with everybody that we know, and sharing some of his artwork. I'm hoping he sends me more pictures of his artwork because it's impressive stuff. At
That's
first he sent me
amazing.
some of the-
And yeah, I was thinking about the shipping cost too. Wow, but like, it makes
It
sense
wasn't-
that he rolls it up and he puts it in one of those.
It
one of
wasn't
those
that
tube
expensive,
things, right?
and it got here fast. I had it within a week.
That is
I had it like
that's
5 days.
amazing. Yeah, that would be my
Yeah.
biggest concern would be the shipping, but he sounds like he's got it all down.
So yeah,
That's amazing.
I would say, Simon, that you might want to bubble wrap your canvases before you put them in the tube. just
Well,
saying,
they
you
could
don't know
be-
the postal service here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
other
don't
than
know.
that, again, the canvases, you saw them. The canvases showed up 5 days later, and wow! I mean, I was just really
That's
floored when I saw the
amazing. Yeah,
size of the tube, and then when I pulled them out of the tube, oh my God, they were just like huge. So,
And you didn't know what size painting it was until it showed
no,
up.
I just figured, it was like, again, a bit bigger than this screen can show, but not that big. They're about
That's
two
amazing. You
thirds
gotta hang those
the
up.
size.
Hang those up, Rory,
Or 2 times
ASAP.
the
That's a
size.
statement piece in your house.
It's gonna cost me to have them stretched, but yeah, I'm gonna get them stretched. I'm gonna put them up on the walls. Maybe in my room upstairs. I hung a couple of paintings today. One of them was a Van Gogh, by the way. It was a self-portrait, and
Oh
I hung
wow.
up a Renoir, one of my Renoirs.
Julie's there. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Julie. So, all right, school's out. Let's get to you now. School's out.
Me.
The kids are home. Yes, the
What?
kids are home. What's going on?
Kids are home. They haven't come running out crying yet, but give me a few minutes. They'll probably come running out crying any minute.
You were doing no icing.
Yes.
And you're still doing that as Sandie D, am I right?
I think it, with the heat right now, my studio is in the backyard, and with the heat, it's just too hot to wear a wig right now.
Yes.
Might just be going live with a wet head of hair and a spray bottle this summer.
Well,
We're in a heat wave
there's
that
nothing
we've
wrong
had brush fires every day.
with doing a show as yourself. I mean, that's okay too.
Well,
I know you had
figure out a
concerns.
look with
People were starting to get you worried about, doing a character that's, from another country. And I get that. I mean,
yeah,
I
think a lot of people love the character Rory, but I want to be really aware of just not being tone deaf in any kind of way. That is something that I've had, reservations about since the beginning.
Yeah.
I really haven't had any complaints, but I don't know. As we grow as a network, I'm getting a little more worried that I don't want my character to appear to be as tone deaf. That's it.
Understood. And here I am doing,
I knew you have a million
Italian opera singers and
the man of 1,000 voices.
I saw a video today. A friend sent me a video today of a guy doing 100 impressions in 4 minutes, and I'm like, that's okay.
That's amazing. I can't even do it. Like, I could maybe do a couple. I could do a few.
The record for 1 minute is I think it's 32 impressions. So 25 a minute. That should be easy, right? For a guy who can do impressions.
You do celebrity characters and caricatures and everything. My characters have come from people that I was really friends with or that I knew or worked with. So I developed my characters from people that I knew in the past or had worked with at one time, or just from knowing people but I embrace all cultures, and I get scared that even though Drita is loving, she's accepting of all cultures and all backgrounds and all religions. Drita doesn't care. That's what I love about Drita, is that Drita does not care. But when she goes home, her parents are very traditional, old-fashioned values, and when she goes home, she has to hide things from her parents and her family because they are very traditional, old school, the way they are. So but my character actually embraces all the backgrounds and cultures and religions. Like, she's friends with everybody. Drita loves everybody.
Yeah, and she's a very likable character, actually. She's I don't think she's a stereotype. And again, we've talked about this up and down for a couple times, more than a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I think she's delightful. Anyway, what other shows are you getting involved with now? What do you got in the works?
That's it. Just assistant director for your shows. Your Painting with Rory and the Celebrity Spotlight, and maybe filling in. Maybe I could fill in for. I'm just here to help out. So if anyone needs help,
and it definitely did help me out that you were able to help me on that first show of Celebrity Spotlight, to get that rolling. I hope to do more of them. We'll see. I'm working on the second one now, and it's been a bear. I mean, I've really lumped a huge load on my shoulders with this fourth show, because it's so time intensive. I mean, I have to go through, literally hundreds of movies to find pictures.
Yeah,
mean,
I
they
see the
list
notes and the
create a
research
timeline.
that you do. It's very intense. It's not a
Well, and
joke.
again, double this week than from last week.
Yeah.
I mean, there was about 50 entries for Royal Dano, even though there was a lot that I didn't cover with Dub Taylor. I mean, again, it's just there's so many movies, and unfortunately for him, he only gets a couple of lines in each movie. But in any case, you know, it's like glorified cameos. People were hiring him, but we'll talk about that on that show. A lot of people don't know. We talked about movies and TV before a couple times, you know, when we were chatting, and a lot of people don't know that you've got some extensive credits doing TV and film. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Yeah. When I was in my early 20s, I first came out of California, and I said, I want to try to acting. I want to get into acting. I mean, I took acting in college. I took theater, acting, drama, all that stuff in college, and I really liked it. But I really, really wanted to stick towards comedy. Comedy, it was always my, as you say, shtick, you know. I like things that make people laugh. I don't, like I've done a Shakespeare play, and that really wasn't my thing. It's a little too serious, a little too morbid for me. I like things that make people laugh, and I grew up watching Saturday Night Live, and I love those kind of things where you can just jump into a character and make people laugh. I took acting and music all through college, all through school. Took music my whole life, and then I didn't get into the acting until I got into the acting in college. College was when I started to get into the acting, but always music. I took acting and music all through college. I hate math. I tried to stay away. I didn't want to take math. So I took all the arts. I took all the art classes.
Same here.
Until they're like, you can't graduate until you take this math class. I'm like, man, come on.
That was my stumbling block too, and any science that, you know, had math in it. You know, that was my stumbling block.
I worked on movie sets for all through my 20s. I had a accounting job, and I always told my bosses right when they hired me. I said, look, there might be days where I get called to be in movies, and I have to take the whole day off because I work 14-hour days on the set, and I always told my accounting bosses that, you know, this is my deal, and I told them right when they hired me, and they were like, oh really? They loved it. They're like, oh my god. So yeah, so they hired me, and when I called up in the morning, I said, hey, I gotta go do a movie today. They were like, okay, no problem. We'll see you.
Well, that's nice.
See you tomorrow.
You don't hear that story in Hollywood that much.
Huh?
You were lucky. You don't hear that Hollywood story that much. Usually people are just like,
well, I was making like $8.50 or $9 an hour, so it was barely making a living. I got more money, and I told them I would make more money working on movie sets and commercials and things like that, because I wasn't making money in accounting. You know, was minimum wage was like $8.50 in California when I moved out here.
Wow.
You know, it was horrible.
Did you ever lose a job because you wanted to do an acting gig?
No.
Good.
No.
Good to hear.
No, I don't think I've ever lost a job. I don't think I've ever been fired.
Good.
I've had to leave jobs. I don't think I've ever been fired. I've had to leave though. But no, I loved acting. I worked on the sets. I worked with lots of directors, Cameron Crowe, all kinds of people. But
what did you work with Cameron Crowe on? Can you remember?
Oh yeah, just, you know, stand back. I was always in the back, you know, in the background. So, yeah, just no, I just enjoy. I like watching. I would hang out with the cameramen. A lot of times I would hang out with the sound and camera guys on the set because, you know, they were more green friendly. Wink, wink. So, I don't know. I always hung out with the camera guys and the sound guys, and I always loved the adrenaline of being on the set, and I learned a lot. But I always lean towards comedy. Comedy was always where my heart was.
Do you remember your agency that used to book you on those gigs?
Yeah, I had a few. There's a few local agencies in San Diego. There's
Oh, in
like
San Diego.
casting
Oh, I thought this
calls.
was from LA. Okay.
No, I did drive up to LA and tried that, but it was like, wow, to drive 2.5 hours to go be on the movie set for a
Do
couple days. I don't know, and then you have to pay for a hotel, and I don't know. It's just unless you have friends that you could crash out at their pad,
right.
it wasn't that easy. It's not that easy. It's hard.
So you've actually answered a question for me as far as there's evidently a lot of business, a lot of film business in San Diego.
Not a lot, but if you stick with it over the years, you can definitely come out here and do it. If you want to move out here, Rory, I'll hook you up with I'll send you all the agencies stuff out here. But no, definitely LA is the place to go if you want to really. And that's why I never really made it big, because I wasn't willing to drive 4 hours a day to go,
Yeah, it's a
apply
long
for.
commute.
It's a long commute and gas money to go, with a $8.50 an hour accounting job and a budget. It's just a lot to. It was a lot to, but that's what the people that get big, they get those parts. You gotta drive. You gotta be in LA, but a lot of
Yeah.
people in San Diego do commute to LA to get the parts and to interview.
And that's what kiboshed my career too, was that everybody said, "Oh my God, you're so funny, you're so talented. Why aren't you on TV shows? Why aren't you in the movies and stuff?" And it was like, well, I never left Florida. I stayed here. Be close to my
I'm sure
family.
I'm sure like every big city has something going on. If you look up the Chamber of Commerce, they have the Chamber of Commerce usually works with the what do you call it, the scouts, the location scouts. So if you hit up your
Actually,
local Chamber of Commerce.
when I was young, I was in several movies, as like an extra. You should never tell them that you were an extra, but
That's your advice to me.
including License to Kill, a James Bond movie, which was down in the Key West. But they kept saying that the film industry, they kept saying and saying and saying, hey, the film industry is coming to Florida. Florida's going to be the next Hollywood. And here's what happened. They were trying to avoid what are the guys, the unions. They were trying to avoid the unions, the worker unions. And the unions beat them out here. They started to unionize here in Florida, and then they realized, hey, it's costing more for us to go to Florida now to do a movie than in LA. We could just do it in LA. And they were flying in all their talent from New York and LA anyway. So I mean, there were no really good acting jobs for people here. And even Ray Buffer and I talked about this a week ago or so. That a lot of times, that they would fly in, the main talent from New York or LA, and again, what you had left was small parts, in the movie.
Yeah.
To cast with Florida talent. Now there is a lot more work going on now in Canada, because of the same thing, and in Atlanta, there's a lot more work going on.
And it's also
a
catch-22. It's a catch-22 because if you're in the union, you cannot do an unpaid feature film. Or anything really. It prohibits you from doing things that might give you a little bit of money. If you're in the union, you can only do union gigs. If you're not in the union, you don't get the union gigs unless they pay for you to become in a union gig. But you have to do private gigs. It's a catch-22. It's always been that way. And now they have a musicians union also. There's a musicians union from what I understand.
Yeah, Screen Actors Guild.
Radio union.
They'll get you.
It's a catch-22. It's always been like that.
So what other famous people did you rub elbows with when you were doing that in San Diego?
Oh, gosh, I'm going way back. Hank Bowers, the sports commentator.
Okay.
I did a Miller Lite commercial with him. What's the girl? Jamie Presley. I worked with her a bunch.
Oh. My
Jamie
nephew's a big
Presley.
fan of hers, or was a big fan of hers before he got married.
And what's you know the guy? Who's the one who's married? Cut it out. I cut out. What was that?
No, you're back. You're back. You're good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it cut out for a minute. I didn't hear what your question was.
No, I just said my
Who's
nephew
the one
was a
that's
big
married
fan.
to Babs? Oh,
Who's-
Jamie Presley. Yeah,
Yeah, my nephew was
I
a big
think she
fan of
did
hers before he
Playboy,
got
right?
married.
She did Playboy.
She was a thing.
Yeah,
back
well-
at that time, you know, a lot, young guys liked her at that time. I was an old guy by then too, so.
Oh yeah.
So okay. well,
Who's the one that's married to Babs? You know the one that's James. What is it? James Brolin. James. what's his
oh, James
name?
Brolin, yeah, Josh Brolin's
Brolin.
dad.
Yeah, I worked on the set with him. Everyone that was in Almost Famous, I worked on the set with those people. I don't know. The list goes on. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I feel like I have a different life now.
Well, you do.
I know. I have kids now. I'm like,
Yeah, you have a family, you have kids, you got a nice swimming pool, you have a karaoke system out there out back. You know, it's a different life. And now
Yeah.
you're hosting shows on social media. You know, who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
I never would have thunk it. Never, Rory. And I never
It's
would
not
have
that
thought I would
bad.
be on this casual either. And I never would have thought I would be helping you direct your shows either. This is all magic.
Again, if you had told me in 2002 that I was going to move to China, I was going to marry a Chinese girl and move to China. Yeah, no way. No way. And live there for 15 years? Nah. Never would have believed it. But, you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways, as they say, you know. And again, we all are happier for where we are now, I think.
Yeah. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
My husband's
So-
excited too. He sees what
Julie
we're
says
doing.
you are an amazing lady and mother. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Julie. We love you. MM's there. Hi, MM.
She always points out that I'm a talented human being. Thank you. Man of many talents. That's what she always says.
Yeah,
Thank
when
you
are
for
we
that.
doing that, Rory? When are we doing the 1,000 Voices? Man of 1,000 Voices.
Well, that 800 voices, 801, as Renee always makes me say, in August 20th. August 20th. So
Ooh.
less than 2 months away. Countdown is on.
Ooh.
Countdown is on. So yeah, we got a lot of Facebook users here giving us messages.
Great show. Yeah, it says great show tonight, guys.
Yeah. Well, we always have a good time when Sandie's on. Tells
That's
us what she's
right.
done. What's up in the near future for you? What are we looking forward to?
For me,
Yeah.
just this Thursday, hopefully you're gonna be there with me, and we're gonna do we're having the Bubble Whiz, Jolly G, the Bubble Whiz. Makes people happy one. I say one. I made up a poster. I said makes people happy one bubble at a time. He's amazing. He does things for charities too. He does bubble shows. He does festivals, streets. He does live shows. I found him originally. First saw him on STF. Now he's getting so big that he's like he's been on like radio interviews and everything. So I'm very excited to have him as my guest on Thursday. I'm very excited about that. And that's what I look forward to. Right? I look forward to my guests and interviewing exciting, amazing people. That's really what makes me happy.
Who would you like to have on your show to compliment the Bubble Whiz?
Oh, good question. Well, I don't know. I'm open to
who are you reaching out to?
I'm always open to suggestions. Who would the bubble guy get along with?
I'm not sure. I haven't met the Bubble guy yet. So
Which guy gets along with Bubbles?
he is so
This guy likes
good. I mean, do you think you would get along with someone like Dragon Elvis or Jerry Jellycake Macon or maybe even
What
our
do y'all?
new
Let's
guy,
let the audience.
Wayne John.
Let's do a poll after the show. We should do a poll. What does the audience think? Who should? Which character of Rory's should come live on No Icing on Thursday? We need a poll. Always
All right.
trust the audience.
Well, thank you again for coming back on the show. And it was so nice to have you on when we were talking to Simon Kopeka. And I hope a lot of people buy his art because he's really good. And again, I think you're going to want a piece of that art. And I'm serious. You know, it's a good deal. You know, for what you get, it's a good deal.
Amazing.
So thank you all for coming and watching the show again. And we're going to say
Thank you,
goodnight.
everybody. Thank you, Rory, for having me.